So, the feminine power practice that we are about to do aims to bring back life force, fluidity, flexibility, and flow into your hips and pelvis. This area of our body is our feminine power center and also the center of our energetic body. And as we, as we are caught in our modern lifestyle, as we tend to go through our day, go through our responsibilities, we tend to get stuck in our head a lot. We tend to think probably all the time. As a result, we often get rigid or stiff. We don't take enough time to feel into our body, to nourish our body, to move our body properly. Also, when we walk in a quite habitual way, this tends to accumulate a lot of tension in the area of our hips and lower back. Because of that, number one, it is a very good idea to move that part of our body to bring back flexibility and flow into the hips and pelvis. And the reason number two is probably more, even more significant. So when we are so much in our heads, and also our modern lifestyle prioritizes the masculine way of being, it is not a judgment, or I'm not trying to say something bad, but this is just how it is. We are used to operate in the masculine values. You know, we value strength over softness. We value thinking over feeling. We value goals over experience, and so on and so on. And these things that we value less in our society are often the very feminine qualities, the qualities we need as women to thrive, the qualities that make us really feel like we are at home with ourselves. And this is a reason why we often lose touch with our soft, beautiful, feminine radiance, while we often lose touch with our sensuality, because also very often we are afraid to show it. Very often it's just not safe or not appropriate to show our beautiful, sensual, feminine side. So this practice aims to reconnect with that side of you and make you feel more feminine, more sensual, bring you back to your body. And really, the idea is to help you feel amazing in your body. I love sharing these practices, and I truly, truly believe that we have to do them as often as possible, because they are just amazing. They make you feel so good in your body. You know, you let go of so much tension when you focus on moving your hips in this certain way, when you focus on stretching your hips, and you feel so much more radiant, so much more alive and in your feminine. It's very, very powerful. And this is also a message that I want to share, that feminine is as powerful as masculine. It's not power over the other. It was never meant to be like that. Masculine and feminine energies are equally powerful. They just express themselves in very different ways. And if you want to connect with your true power, if you feel like you're a feminine woman, and connect to your feminine energy. Yes. Okay. So please have at least one cushion ready. This will be really very, very helpful for this practice, as we do also some movements on the knees, and depending on your level of flexibility and your individual body type, you will need at least one or more cushions, and I will be showing you options. And what is also very, very helpful is a blanket, something you can slide a little bit on, and also something that will prop your knees. So, by the way, you don't need a yoga mat for this practice. So this is totally fine if you just have a cushion and blanket, but you can also fold your mat like this, and this will give you a nice prop for the knee. So please get ready for the practice. Take a sip of tea or coffee or water if you like, and come to a crossed leg seat. So every week now I'm showing a variation of this feminine power practice with a different focus. And today's focus is sensuality. That's why we will be doing a lot of flowy movements and also allowing ourselves to sometimes just feel our body with the hands, maybe touch the hair, or maybe make a sound. So this is just an invitation, and you do only what you feel like doing. I'm just, showing you what is possible here and how you can express yourself. And this is only, it should come from the inside. So if you feel like you have something to express from the inside, feel free to do it. I'm not watching you, I cannot see you here, and perhaps where you are right now, you're also alone and nobody is watching you. So feel free to be yourself and to feel at home in your body and with yourself. Start by just closing your eyes here, and for a very short moment, bring your awareness, bring your attention down into the center of your pelvis. And notice how is the feeling there right now. What can you sense? What do you perceive? Open your eyes, or keep them closed if you prefer, and start very gently. This is a very subtle little movement, but a very important one. Tilting and tucking your pelvis. You may want to connect it with the breath, but the movement may be a little bit too fast for the breath. So really up to you. So when you tilt your pelvis to the back to give your spine a little bit of an arch, and then you tuck your tailbone under. So you may want to choose tilt your pelvis when you inhale and tuck it back in when you exhale. However, if this is a little bit too fast for your breath, don't worry about this at this stage. And you can choose to move a little bit faster or a little bit slower. I will show you the movement from the side. A very subtle movement. Okay, so this is not a big thing right now. You're just tilting your pelvis to the back and tucking it back in. So a few more deep breaths. Stay with your breath and stay with your awareness connected to the center of your pelvis. Just a few more moments like this. So I want you to tune in to start bringing more energy and awareness into your hips and pelvis, and to feel like something starts building there. There is more flow, there is more energy present in your hips and pelvis. And start making this movement bigger. So now you are really moving your hips to front and back, still connected with this tilting and tucking motion. But now, because the movement is big, you allow your upper body to follow, like a wave. So the upper body doesn't really move, it's just the result of the movement of your hips. Few more like this. Stay connected to the feeling in your body. Every time you notice yourself thinking about something, being not present, bring yourself back. Okay. So now let's continue in the different direction from side to side. So now you move simply from side to side. Start with a gentle movement and then eventually let it grow so that your upper body will also follow. Please continue. I'm just changing the direction. So a few more moments just from side to side. Staying connected to the center of your pelvis as you move. Let your upper body follow. Okay, moving to the next move. Circles with your pelvis. So start with gentle circles. Imagine a ball sitting at the base of your pelvis. And when you circle, and you just circle this ball, so your upper body naturally follows. So remember the direction you are circling. I'm circling right now clockwise. Few more circles like this. And you're not moving your upper body. It just follows like a wave, or maybe like a plant in the ocean that just moves as the water current is moving. Please reverse the direction. Notice what is the feeling in your body right now. How does it feel to move in the circular, sensual motion? Okay, and come to stillness. Close your eyes for a moment. Again, feel into the center of your pelvis. Okay, and please come to all fours. So at this stage, you probably start feeling more awake and radiant in your body. Bring your knees under the hips and wrists under the arms. And as you inhale, lengthen through your spine. Lengthen the top of your head away from the base of your spine. Exhale, pull your belly in, round the tailbone, and round your spine. Allow your whole spine to follow. Movement starts from the hips. Inhale, open the sitting bones. Start arching your back and gently look to the front. And exhale, tuck in and roll your spine up into the cat stretch. So let's do like this just a few more times. Following the movement from the base of your spine. So the movement is initiated from the base of your spine. When you reconnect with your feminine power center, with your feminine energy, you will naturally start feeling more radiant and centered in your energy. So your radiance will be also contained. Your boundaries with other people will become stronger, and you will feel better what to let in and what to leave outside your boundaries. Please come into the neutral spine and move your hips to the left as you exhale. Inhale back to the center. Hips to the right as you exhale. Inhale center. Exhale to the side. Inhale center. Exhale to the side. And let's do a few more times each side. Every time you exhale, if you like, you can look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale opposite side. Notice the feeling in your hips as you do this movement. And now, without joining movement with the breath, just move a few more times side to side, a little bit faster. Keep your belly engaged as you do the movement. So just be careful. I know it is tempting to arch your back as we do these practices, as we focus, a little bit on the sensual side of the things and on moving the hips a lot. So the temptation is to arch your spine, but do your best to keep your belly engaged so that you don't put too much pressure on your lower back. And we'll also make sure to stretch the lower back. So now please come to the low lunge position with your right foot in the front, and place your right hand on top of your knee or thigh. Inhale and lift the left arm up. And exhale, lower the arm and lower the hips. A few more times like this. So we want to open the front side of the body to invite the life force in, to nourish the body and senses. And this will make you feel more radiant, rejuvenated, and vibrant. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, lower down. Inhale to lengthen, and this time stay here. Feel into this one long line that is getting a really deep stretch right now. Feel through the left side of your front body. Contract your belly, pull it in every time you exhale. And stay with your deep breath. Feel into the body. Two more deep breaths here. I know it may be challenging, but stay with your breath. One more deep inhalation. Exhale, lower your left hand down and turn to the right. So a gentle twist to the right. Bring your right hand on the hip. Option number 1, stay here in the twist. Option number 2, bend the left leg and grab your left foot from the outside. Inhale, open the chest, lengthen the spine, and exhale, sink a little bit deeper and stay in the twist. Breathe deeply into the belly and into the chest and feel the life force entering your body, nourishing you, rejuvenating your senses every time you inhale. Inhale into the center of your pelvis. And as you exhale, notice softening and letting go. Notice how the breath helps you to bring the energy into your body and also to let go of any tension or stress. Let go of the left foot. Inhale, come back to the center and straighten the front leg. Flex your right foot and come onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Gently turn toward the straight leg. And exhale, lower a little bit more if you can, or stay on your fingertips. You can also use cushions or blocks here if you need to prop your hands down. Bring your lower back closer to the front right thigh and feel the stretch deepening. So just a few more deep breaths here. Feel into your hamstrings, into the lower back. Inhaling, allow the breath to stretch you more, to intensify your feeling. And exhale, sense softening and letting go. Notice that as you stay longer in the pose, you start feeling more, going deeper, and also your experience starts to transform. You are opening more, liberating more energy, and inviting flow and softness. Bend the front knee and come back to all fours. And just for a moment, stretch yourself in child's pose. Just a little moment. Relax on the floor. Please come up as you inhale. If you have sensitive knees, feel free anytime to use as many props as you need. So maybe additional cushion or additional blanket. Really, this practice should be comfortable and good for your body. So it should never ever hurt or be too uncomfortable. A little bit uncomfort is fine. But if you feel pain, it is always a sign to go a step back or to prop yourself more. So again, place one hand on top of your thigh and inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, lower down. And inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. And inhale to lift. One more. Exhale, lower. Engage your belly as you exhale. Keep it strong. Inhale, lift. And now stay in the lift. You can lower your hips a little bit as you exhale. Draw your shoulder blades together and down your back. Keep on extending through the right arm and feel this deep, long stretch on the right side of your body, really opening your hip flexor, opening your psoas, the muscles that tend to get so tense when we sit a lot, when we are stuck in our mind. And when you open this muscle, when you work on it, it will really liberate so much energy in your hips. It will make you feel so much more free and soft and radiant. And this is what we want. 2 more deep breaths. One more deep inhalation. And exhale, lower down. Gently twist to the left. Option number 1, place one hand on your hip. Option number 2, bend the right knee and grab your right foot from the outside. Inhale here deeply, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, go a little bit deeper, but only as deep as your body wants to go right now. So never force yourself into a stretch. And we have quite a few deep stretches in this practice. That's why I'm saying this again, because it's really important. Always listen to your body and listen to what is good for your body in this moment. And slowly let go of that right foot, untwist, and start straightening your left leg. Gently twist over the left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, allow yourself to fold a little bit deeper. Lower back toward the front left thigh. Stay here for a few calm, deep breaths. Tune into the sensations you experience in your body as you hold the pose. And start bending the front knee. Come back to all fours. And this time bring your knees wide and big toes together. Exhale into the child's pose. And relax for a moment here. Forehead sinking heavy into the mat. Drop your arms down. Drop your shoulder blades down. Feel into your lower belly. Notice your body softening and releasing toward the floor every time you exhale. And when you inhale, feel your belly rising and feeling the whole pelvis area. Feel yourself being nourished by that breath. Exhale, notice your belly softening, pulling back in, sense letting go. Please take a few more deep breaths like this. On your next inhalation, please come up to sitting. So we are moving to the last part of this practice, which involves sitting on the heels. And let me give you a few options here. So for sure it is good to have a cushion or two, just because it may get uncomfortable for your knees. We will sit like this. Okay, so you want to open your open your knees as you sit on your heels. Maybe you are totally fine here if you are flexible, if your knees are fine. However, maybe you prefer to sit on the cushion, and this will give your knees a little bit more elevation, a little bit more space. If for any reason you cannot sit like this, then sit on the cushion still for elevation and bring the soles of your feet together. Okay, and it is good to have a blanket in front of you because we'll be doing a little bit of sliding with the hands, which is also optional. So please settle in with your cushions. You can also sit on the bolster. It is actually probably one of the best options here. So knees are wide. You are nicely propped on the cushion. Your knees are okay. Place your hands on your thighs and come back to this very first movement that we did at the beginning, moving with your upper body to the front and to the back. And letting your upper body follow. So notice that this movement looks a lot like the cat and cow movement. You are letting your spine arch and round, and you are fluidifying the space in between your vertebrae, nourishing your spine. But the movement starts from your hips. And as you slide your hands down and up, you maybe notice that the movement is getting quite big now, and maybe you just want to slide your hands to the front and back. So just see it for you. What comes up for you right now? It is not required to slide down. It is not required to go as deep. You do only what feels appropriate in your body right now. It is okay to push your boundaries a little bit, to push yourself out of your comfort zone. However, it's better to go slowly, you know. It's better to slowly push your boundaries out and not shock your body if it's not ready for it. But this should feel very pleasant, very nice. So we'll do a few more like this. Start feeling maybe a little bit more sensual in your body. Maybe you want to slide your hands up and down or move from side to side. So this movement is not stiff. It's not what I exactly do. You have to do exactly. You do how you feel in your body. So maybe you want to make a few circles in between, a few slides, or maybe you just want to stay sitting with this gentle tilting and tucking. Whatever feels good for you right now is perfect in this moment. Okay, so next time you slide down, if you can, come onto your elbows or stay on your hands. But your hands are a little bit more in the front. So go as deep until you feel like you are sensing a deep stretch in your hips. So maybe for that you will widen your knees a little bit. So on your hands or on your elbows. And stay here just for a few more deep breaths. I know it can get very intense. So stay with your breath and breathe intentionally into your hips. Notice the sensations present there. Notice if the sensations change as you hold the pose. Inhale life force into your hips and pelvis. Exhale, soften and let go. See if you can sink a little bit deeper with your lower back. Sink your lower back a little bit more toward the floor. Notice how that feels in your hips. Breathe deeply as the feeling may get more intense. And inhale. Slowly go up, carefully. Carefully bring your knees closer together. That was intense. So let's finish with one last pose. You can stay on your cushion and bring your feet in front of you. Feet together, further away from you. So the version of butterfly pose where there is really a lot of distance between your hips and heels. Bring your hands on the shins. Inhale and lengthen your spine. And exhale, bring your lower back to the heels. So without rounding your spine too much, lower belly to the heels as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower back to the heels. One more. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower back to the heels. And stay in the pose. Relax your shoulders and arms. Relax your face. Feel your lower back, your glutes, getting a nice release and stretch. And breathe into your pelvis. Inhalation, the belly rises. Feel this ball in your pelvis expanding. And exhale, pull your belly back in. Sense this ball softening, helping you to relax and let go. Few more deep breaths like this. On your next inhalation, slowly go up. Come back to a cross-legged seat. Like we did at the beginning, sit tall, place your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the center of your pelvis. Drop your awareness there. And again, connect with the feeling. Awareness inside the pelvis and notice what is the feeling there right now. Bring your hands together and rub your palms until you feel warmth in between the palms. As warm as you can, and then place your warm palms over your lower belly, over your womb space, over your pelvis, and notice this warm energy entering inside, nourishing, healing, and rejuvenating your whole pelvis space. Send some loving kindness, loving energy and thoughts into your pelvis space. Bring your hands together, and when you are ready, slowly open the eyes. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.